Hey everybody! Okay, we're gonna try this round 2. The first video I did, I was driving to work. I wasn't texting and driving, don't worry. It was propped up, but it was a horrible angle and I had a double chin the whole entire video. And I don't have a skinny face or anything, but you're not gonna see me just all up here the whole video. It was disgusting. Anyway, in that video, it was an introduction and a little bit of a backstory. So, because you'll never see that video, I'm gonna delete it. I'll start again. Sorry, Hulu is very addictive. So, I will start with, hi everybody. I am married to a multiple sclerosis warrior. That's what we will call our fighting family members or spouses who have MS. We've been married, ooh, my soup's ready. We've been married for almost 10 years and we have 3 babies. A little bit of a backstory with the whole thing. Sorry, we're gonna put on background noise because it's a little too quiet for me. A little bit of a backstory is my husband was doing jiu-jitsu and he fell on the back of his head and neck area and went numb. We went to the hospital and they said that he had a spinal cord injury. And so, as you can imagine, I was like terrified and upset and all of that stuff. He didn't really fit the rest of the criteria for a spinal cord injury, so they ended up doing an MRI, and he lit up like a Christmas tree. So they ran a few more tests and realized that he had multiple sclerosis. Don't know what that was when they told me, but then we got information on it, and me being who I am, I went online to research it because I needed to know what was going on. I don't like surprises. So we looked at it and we realized, he's had it probably the whole entire time I've known him. In the beginning, he used to get pain, like really bad pain down his arm and like in this area. And he thought he was having a heart attack all the time. And so we went to the hospital and they would say, there's nothing wrong with your heart. There's nothing wrong with you. You may have anxiety or something, but there's nothing wrong with your heart. But he kept on saying, my arm is numb. I can't feel it. The side of my neck is numb. One day he woke up and the whole side of his face was completely numb. And they said that he had Bell's palsy. Ta-da, no he didn't. It was MS. When he thought he was having a heart attack, they said he had anxiety. Again, no, he has MS, which causes part of your body to go numb sometimes. So we went about 10 years with misdiagnoses, or misdiagnoses, there we go, until we found the correct one. I took the news pretty bad, not in necessarily a negative way or like I'm leaving or anything like that. It was devastating to me. He took it really well. He still pretty much takes it really well. Of course he has his days. But the point of this page or channel, sorry, I keep on thinking this is Facebook. The point of this channel is going to be geared towards the spouse and keeping it real, because people sugarcoat things, and I don't think that's fair, especially for the new people who never dealt with this before. It doesn't need to be sugarcoated. Sometimes it's not cute, it's not pretty, it's not fun, exciting, or any of that stuff. 2013 and 2014 were the worst years of my whole entire life. He was unmedicated by choice, and was refusing to pretty much acknowledge the fact that he had MS. It got to the point where he would tell me that my face disgusted him. Yeah. That was fun. That my voice disgusted him. I get that I have cheer voice. I hear it all the time. Oh, you talk like a cheerleader. Blah, blah, blah. I get it. I've always talked this way, so my voice can't all of a sudden bother you when it's never bothered you before. And he wanted to have nothing to do with me, nothing to do with our children, nothing to do with his siblings, nothing to do with his parents. He wanted to be left alone by himself, to sit in his own world, where he didn't have to talk to any of us. It got to the point where ultimatums had to be made, to either seek help and treatment, or that I was gonna leave, and we could stay married and we could share our beautiful, amazing babies, but I wasn't gonna be verbally, there you go, abused any longer. It wasn't gonna happen. A little bit about us: we are that couple where people are like, oh. We are madly in love. Like, we complete each other. He is my absolute best friend in the whole entire world. Yeah, we're madly in love. We're still madly in love. Nothing's really changed. It was just those 2 years where his lesions doubled within a year and a half. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with what all was going on. But it got really, really bad. We have had an amazing 2015. Thank you, Tysabri injections, or I'm sorry, Tysabri infusions, and medication. He is on a very, very high dosage of mood stabilizing medications, because without it, he is a very unpleasant human being, to the point where people who know and love him want nothing to do with him. It's sad, really. His kids, without medication, want nothing to do with him. I, without him being on medication, want nothing to do with him. And the rest of his family feel the same way. So, meds have been amazing to our family. To our family. But oddly enough, we spent about 14 hours at Disneyland yesterday. And he was not medicated. And he was amazing. Like he used to be. And he had 0 meds in his system. I'm hoping that means the Tysabri is working. That the lesions aren't in his like personality anymore. I could deal with trouble walking, and I could deal with falling, trouble getting dressed. What else? Trouble eating, face going numb, memory problems. I could deal with all that. That's not a big deal to me. I love this man. Like, physical things do not bother me as long as he is who he is. And I get that people can't always be happy and friendly and all that stuff, because I have my moments where I am less than friendly and I'm frustrated, and so I'm not asking of him anything that I wouldn't ask of anybody else. He could have his good days and his bad days, but without these medications he can't function. He can't hold down a job unless he is medicated, and he's not dopey medicated. The average person would never know that he was on medication because it just allows him to be calm. Without it, sometimes, like, too much noise, he just like does this and covers his ears, and he can't handle the noise. It's very strange. Or he gets really nasty. I don't even know how to explain it. But they have worked, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm trying to think of anything else. I want to make sure that it is just known that if you are an MS spouse, you're not alone of what you're going through, and how absolutely devastating it is sometimes, and exhausting and frustrating and all of that stuff. There's not enough help for the spouses, and I don't mean physical help. There's not enough mental outlets for the spouses. The patient could be medicated. The patient has support groups for them to deal with what they're going through. Their family, what do we get? You could go to a support group where they tell you need to be patient and you need to be supportive. But there's nowhere for you just to vent. And I found a group online that has allowed me to vent, and it has truly changed my life. And so I want to give that same type of thing to YouTube, where you could hear me vent and know that, oh, I deal with that too, or, oh, I thought I was alone with that. I want you to know that you're not alone. I'm in it with you, and there's so many other people in it with you. And considering MS is a woman's disease, we all know that's full of crap. But women, because I am a woman, we like to pretend everything's a-okay, we're happy, put on the smile, we're tough for our babies, but deep down inside, sometimes we're not okay. And being able to climb out of the hole I was in for 2013 and 2014 has changed my life, truly. So I want to help others. So if you have a spouse who has MS, or if you have a spouse that has newly been diagnosed with MS, know that you're not alone. If you need anything just to vent, to scream, to complain, to bitch, to moan, I get it, because sometimes you just need to get it out. So feel free to use me as your outlet. Feel free to comment with what you're going through. Feel free to subscribe and follow the progress or lack of progress, or whatever the world may bring us, because it will be documented. Because at the end of the day, it helps me to get it out, and it helps me to share it knowing that it could possibly help someone else. So I'm gonna eat my soup. I'm gonna watch Hulu. I hope everyone has a great night. Most of my videos will be about this time. I just got off work. I have 3 kids. They're loud. I probably will not record with them around. But have a great night and feel free to get to know me. Bye.